Hi, I'm Chris Waddell. Welcome to Yeasayers. Today, I'm here with Madison Peach Steiner. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you.
Tell me who you are, and then also tell me what you do.
Okay, I'm Peach, the founder of Peach's Neet Feet. It's a nonprofit organization where we hand paint and donate custom shoes to kids with disabilities and serious illnesses.
And it seems like you've built this community.
It has become more than just shoes. It started out literally one pair of shoes that I painted and said, I want to donate these to a child that needs something more inspiration, more hope. I wanted to celebrate them and recognize who they were using art, because art was kind of something that I always found solace in, something that I used to really celebrate myself, my life, and those around me.
Were you always going to be an artist, or?
I always wanted to be an artist, but I think my brain was a little too practical to think I could really do something with it, and I proved myself wrong. So I was going and I got a degree in social work and just did art on the side.
Did the practical side.
Yes.
What does being an artist mean? Like, what does that mean to you?
To me, being an artist is being able to see the bigger picture. Seeing a blank canvas and being able to turn it into something much more than that white blank canvas. Is seeing something in your head, a vision, a dream, and being able to create that, make that come to life, come true.
Did you realize a journey that you wanted to go on when you started? Have you started realizing a journey as you've gone along? How does your journey fit into this whole thing?
I started this to use my art to work with kids, but as it was growing into an organization, and I sat back and I asked myself, why am I doing this? Why is this my journey? Why did I choose this path? I realized what I was giving to these kids and to these families was something that was given to me at one point in my life.
So what was given to you? What do you mean?
I was given support, and I was celebrated at a really dark and lonely time in my life. I was young, I was 15 years old, and I was in a position where I was date raped. And at 16, I dropped out of high school, and I really didn't know which direction I was going in.
And who were the people who gave you that support?
The support came from my family. It came from some of my close friends. I have to say mostly my mom.
Really?
Yep. She showed me that that wasn't who I was, that what happened to me wasn't who I was, but what I could do with it could create who I wanted to be. And so starting Peach's Neet Feet gave me a purpose. It gave me a life with meaning, and that I was doing something bigger than myself, and created that with art, which was something that I loved.
You could have stopped, and in some ways you had a reason to stop. And other people would take that reason to stop. How could you help them? What's the message to say, you need to keep going?
That there's something bigger out there. That when we're living life in the trenches, and we've all been there, you know, big or small, we've all lived life in the trenches. In those moments,
we will continue to.
You're right, you will. You don't know when that point is going to be, when you get that punch in the gut and you're dropped to your knees, and you have to learn how to get back up. And you know, you have to learn to embrace those around you that are going to help you get back up.
How do you communicate that to the kids, and then also, or how are you getting this from the kids, especially kids who things might not go right?
I guess a lot of it I see that they already have. They have it in themselves that they aren't limited. You know, we see these little kids in wheelchairs that are rolling around like, you know, they're a kid running on two legs, and they don't let anything hold them back. And I think about being a child and how things were so simple. You know, you're so curious, and your sense of wonder was, you know, through the roof, and your imagination. And nothing slowed you down. It didn't matter if you fell and scraped your knee. You may cry for a minute, but you kept going. You didn't go inside and sit on the couch the rest of the day. And maybe you did, but most of the time you didn't. And these kids, you know, they have a lot to teach us as adults.
How can that be a message, you know, almost allegorical in some ways, for all of us, that sometimes that little pebble in our shoe is the most damaging thing in our lives, but yet these kids have this mountain in front of them? And how can that message from the kids get to the people who are tripped up by the pebble in their shoe?
I think that something like what I'm doing with Peach's Neat Feet, bringing them together as a community and bringing people from the outside in to see that, showing them. Painting shoes was what I knew how to do, but I didn't know why I was doing it until I started doing it. And then I realized that I could help, yeah, maybe in the way that I had help. And it may not be kids facing the same situation that I did, but they're overcoming, they're adapting, they're facing adversity in their own ways.